All right, VZ, black SV6. This is gonna be the workhorse. I sold my other Ute because I didn't like it. I associated it with my old job and I didn't want it anymore. I picked this one up for 2.5 grand. It is rough. It's rough on the inside, rough on the outside, and the engine runs rough. I think we're gonna call this one Rough Rough. Yeah? I'm really happy that I'm located in a mechanics workshop and next to a crash shop, because this one, once we get it nice on the inside, because that's the easiest part to do, we get it running nicely, then we've got to worry about the exterior. So let's run you through what I got and why I bought it. There's no battery, so I can't start it just yet, but I have an engine, which, I mean, is one of the vital parts of owning a car. An engine, brakes, steering, the actual body of the car, useful, all really useful. The first instance is taking the front seats out, giving the interior a really good clean, and writing a bit of a list of what are the smaller trim parts that we need. On Monday, when I can buy actual parts for this, we can start tackling the inside. Now, I don't want you to all be scared. The E30 Ute is still happening. I'm just coming up to a point where I'm really just waiting for some large parts, and I don't want to cut the car up until I have them. So this is just the interim. We're going to get this running, driving, and I can use this to pick up the bigger parts like the E30 M3 rear quarter that will hopefully be here soon. Everyone keep your fingers crossed for me. One of the advantages of being located in a mechanics workshop is we already have some batteries on hand. We had the battery we needed in stock. Let's see how badly this runs. Not at all? Huh? Oh, it's not in park. Good call, good call. Ugh. So well, it runs pretty well. What have I done? Let's clean the interior. Hey, $1. It cost a little bit less. The lower is completely gone. Yeah, that's absolutely flogged out. That's flogged. Ooh, what do we got? We got another 10 cents. Oh, come on. Another 10 cents. And 5 cents. I reckon there's still going to be more in here though. The door handle, it looks like the back of the hole's been broken on that one. We'll get a new one of those when we go to the wreckers. That can go in the bin. We'll get rid of them. A headphone jack, just what I needed. And that's not concerning at all. What the hell is that? What the hell is that doing? Where's that supposed to go? Oh no. All right, well, I'll work that one out as well. I think I'd just like to give it a bit of a vacuum. It's kind of disgusting in here. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh wow. $1.20. Nice. And a knife? Knife. That's rough. Let's give this a vacuum and a bit of a clean up. This seat belt is going to need to be cleaned because it just doesn't want to retract. All right, vacuum again. Is that brass thread? What the hell? It's probably $10 worth of brass thread there. That's even better than the change and the knife. I'm already seeing more money here. I think we're on a bit of a gold mine, to be honest. Let's get this seat cover off and see what condition this one's in. This one's not too bad. I mean, if we could find a decent black driver's seat, we might not even need to get a leather one. Yeah, that's actually really clean. So if we can just find another one of them, the foam feels really good. That's a bit of a win. Times like this, as I lean my arm on this seat, wonder how many farts am I leaning on? Like, this car's done 270,000 Ks. I'm kind of hoping no one ever sat in the passenger seat. My arm would just be covered in fart. This is the joys of dealing with old cars. Fart arms. Yep, that's what they call me. All right, we got another 5 cents. Another 20 cents. Oh, more money! Another 15 cents. 20 cents. All right, I'll get some carpet shampoo, bit of a brush, wipe down some of the plastic. This is broken, so we might be able to just replace the vent. The door card's in okay condition. I think with a pretty good cleanup, that would be acceptable. I feel like there's a strap missing that holds it. We'll check into that one. I think this is going to come up all right. We'll get this looking nice, and then we'll get it running nice.
Then we get the chicks.
And it'll be a car. It'll be a work ute. All right, let's get the carpet. Ooh-wee. That came out good. Much cleaner. There's something going on with the door handle, so I've got to work that out. We've got a bunch of little bits that we need to get for the interior. I'll chuck the seats back in, and then tomorrow when I come in, I'll see if I can get it started. Have 2 mechanics here so they can help me out to work out what's exactly wrong. Nice. Let's put the seats back in. I'm getting better at putting seats in and out of cars. Except I just scratched the shit out of the car.
Tomorrow.
We got a loose exhaust. That would be the noise that we heard when it was started. We've swapped over the fuel filter. I think there's a fueling issue. This connector is busted, so I'm just gonna have to swap that over. The underside, look, it's done 270,000 Ks. Got a little bit of leak near the transmission. The sump looks dry. It needs some love and attention. I've got a fuel pump on order. So we're hoping that sorting out the fueling issue will get it running, and then we can see what else is wrong with it. I've had to remake one of these hoses that go onto the fuel filter. Replaced the fuel pump. I'll chuck this hose on, and then hopefully we can at least get it running, so we can have it running for a bit, warm up, and then do some code checking. See if we need to do the timing chain immediately, or if I can drive it around a little bit before. I've replaced the hose connected to the fuel filter. I've replaced the fuel pump. The battery was already replaced. Let's see. It sounds exactly the same. That doesn't sound any different. Fuel injectors.
No.
So, I just went to pick something up in the E46. I went to get some edge primer for the E30 Ute, and my fuel pump died in this. Hour and a half later, I had to get Chris from Lamana Garage on YouTube to pick me up, drive me to go get a fuel pump for this. In that time, they've been working out the VZ. Now, the spark plugs all look like this, and they are all absolutely gone. They popped off the air intake right there, swapped spark plugs, checked fuel pressure, and the fuel was disgusting. So, we now are in a position that the car does and I think that is just from working out all of the dirty fuel in there, but it's running. So, I mean, it was bitter and sweet today. Right. Here's where we're up to. We've swapped over the spark plugs. Now, spark plugs wouldn't normally save a car, but when they're like this, they definitely will. A car would have a great trouble running with spark plugs like this. So I've gone to U-Pull-It and grabbed a whole rail with 6 injectors. They all look in much better condition than the ones that I've got. I did damage one O-ring on this other rail. I've since swapped it out. Let's chuck this in, plug it all in. Hopefully this fixes the misfire in cylinder 4. We've flushed probably a litre of fuel through the old rail to get rid of the old fuel. I think that's it. Hopefully it runs after we install this. I was just about to push in the injector rail, and there's just a little bit of sand and gunk and whatnot. So I've got a little bit of hose. I'll attach this to my vacuum and give it a little bit of a vacuum out, because I don't want to press the injector rail in and then push sand or dirt in at the same time. So there's still a little bit of grease or oil, dried up petrol, but the holes themselves look much cleaner. Now I'm not going to push that crud into the engine. Now we can get the injector rail back in. Make sure all of the injectors are in their homes. Time to go home, injectors and injector rail. Yeah, nice. Okay, we've got 3 bolts. Do this back one up by hand and then tighten it with the ratchet, obviously. Just a 10mm socket, click, click. And then the connectors have these little grey retaining dealies. Slide them back on. Perfect height to have your knees bend back the other way. Boy, that would make it easier. All right, they're all down. The connector guide, click that down. Now we're ready for the plenum gasket. Actually, these just rocked up. Perfect timing. They've got these holes in them, which locate on there. All right, so locating pins. All right, so we've got that down. That's sitting. We've got short bolt in the back corner, short bolt in the front corner, 4 long bolts. Click, 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 click. Click. All right, we've got a little vacuum line on the back here. Don't forget to put this bad boy on. Another line. This one. All right. Might just tighten some of these bad boys up just to make sure that we don't have a vacuum leak. Ow! Oh, I was doing so well without bumping my noggin. Dang it. Pray for mojo. All right, let's see if this works. It's making noises. I think I heard the fuel pump, which is good. Woo-hoo-hoo! How good is that? It works! And it works real nice. Yeah, it's running smooth. Let's see how this goes. Safety mode, reduced performance. Service soon. SRS airbag fault. Put my seatbelt on. And the mirror right. Which way is the indicator? All right. The accelerator is not doing anything. All right, that was completely my fault. I didn't plug the throttle body in. So if we just go down here and go like that, we should be good. How about we take that for another test drive? If I don't keep the revs up, it just cuts out. So like that. Yeah. All right, so I've just had a chat with one of the mechanics. He's saying that if it won't hold idle, we'll take it in and we'll do a smoke check to see if we've got a vacuum leak somewhere. But we're making really good progress. Like, it was completely dead yesterday. So this is still a huge improvement. So we're gonna undo this hose right here and plug the smoke machine directly into the plenum and see if we've got a smoke leak. It could just be my throttle body's gone, so that would be another trip back to You Pull It. I love that place. It's a good time. But let's get this off smoke machine. All right, a little bit of hose. Let's see if it's making smoke before I plug it in. Smoking. Keep an eye out. Not seeing anything. Yeah, he was saying it might come out here, but that isn't the issue. All right, so we were just running it. Alan was on the computer double checking things. He noticed a discrepancy, unplugged the MAF and it idles. So 51 from You Pull It, 268 brand new. So I think we're going to go for a drive to You Pull It and get a new MAF. And then that might be it. We might be good to go.
A few moments later.
Okie dokie, back from You Pull It. We've got our new airflow meter. Remove that completely. Oh yeah, that doesn't look anywhere near as clean on the inside. Click, click. Let's just send it. That's the exhaust rattle. It's holding idle. Let's take it for another test drive. We're driving. We're moving. Yeah. We got a running driving car now. That's sick. I reckon we're less than 3 grand in. Holden temperature, all right. It's a Holden. It's definitely Holden. So what have we done? We've done the fuel pump, we've done spark plugs, we've done MAF, injectors, injector rail, and we're running and driving. I definitely need to do the clock spring. That's still calling up a fault, but we've got a run and driving car for under 3 grand. It's rough. It's still rough. We need suspension. The brakes are working, but they're pretty spongy. I would call this a big success, and this means that we can finally take BMW subframe parts to the sandblasters. I mean, it's a rough ute, inside, outside, but the engine is no longer the roughest part of this car. There's no filter in there at all. What the hell? All right, I reckon that's it for this one. We've got the engine bay looking a little bit nicer. It's running as well. One of the next episodes we'll start looking at working out how to fix the roof liner. We're not really working out, just recovering it. We'll recover all of the pillars, make it nice and clean. So if you've enjoyed the episode, I am building an E30 Ute in another series. This is just a parts runner for that car. Check out the other series, chuck us a like if you've enjoyed it, and maybe even consider subscribing. Cheers.